Over the years, I've had a lot of people ask me what piercing would look best on me. Today, we're going to look at several pictures. I'll tell you what I think would look best on these people and why. All right, I'm ready. Let's take a look at the first picture. As soon as I look at her, first thing I'm drawn to is her lips. One thing I would say is with heavy lipstick like this, you might not want to do a vertical labret, but a regular straight labret might look really, really nice. Put a nice gem in there. Possibly if you're going the asymmetrical route, spider bites on the side, on her left side. The reason I go on the left side is it's because of the way her hair is parted. I would ask her if that's how she normally wears her hair if we were going to go the asymmetrical route. Also, I could see her with a nostril piercing, possibly two. Some reason I really like double piercings on her. It seems like the right thing. All right, so that was fun. Let's move on to the second picture. Looking at this guy, first thing is we are drawn right to his eyes. Once you have an amazing feature like that, you're going to want to adorn or decorate that area. So I would automatically go with an eyebrow piercing. Unlike the girl before, I don't see a lot of doubles with this guy. It's mainly just the individual piercings. An eyebrow piercing would look fantastic. A nostril piercing would look fantastic. And of course, a lip piercing will look great on him. I see more of the center labret instead of the side lip piercing. The unfortunate part is with facial hair like that, it's kind of a pain in the butt to shave around. So, yeah, there's a couple piercings. You can wear those in any combination. I think he would also look really good in gold. I don't see rose gold. I see more of the yellow gold with this gentleman, or possibly titanium. Titanium anodized in that copper color. Yeah, that would be great. Or the blue to match his eyes. This is fun. I really enjoy this. If you're interested in having me analyze your face and what piercings would look good on you, stay tuned till the end and I'll tell you how we can do that. Moving on to the next picture. As soon as we look at this girl, I am drawn immediately to her lips. She has nice big pouty lip, and I could definitely see a vertical labret on her. And if I was to do this piercing on her, I would definitely ask her about lipstick, because lipstick always gets in the jewelry, in prong settings, covering up the gem, which isn't as attractive as you'd want it to be. So if not a lot of lipstick, definitely a vertical labret piercing. I could also see her with a Monroe. Her face is very symmetrical. I could see the left or the right side, and possibly a philtrum or the Medusa right in the middle of the lip. When you have a symmetrical face like this, I like to keep things right down the middle. Now, she does have very pretty eyes, and a lot of times eyebrow piercings can accentuate that, but looking at this picture, it looks like her skin's pretty tight there, and there's not enough of a ridge for it to actually stay or hold. So I'd be afraid of doing an eyebrow piercing on her, because if rejected, it's going to leave a nice big scar on her eyebrow. And of course, one thing I'm not mentioning on a lot of these people is I can't see their ears that well. With a good ear picture, I can tell you what would also look good there and not. So we'll do those on future videos. Let's move on to the next picture. Now, looking at his fancy mustache, immediately drawn to that, I would say he needs a centerpiece, and that centerpiece would be a septum piercing. You could do something super elaborate. I could see this guy with a stretched septum piercing too, something a little larger like a 4 gauge or a 2 gauge. I could also see this guy with snake bite piercings, because when you look at his beard and the way everything's shaped, those areas don't seem to grow hair, so it's just accentuated and fit perfectly in there. So I would definitely do snake bite piercings. And then if we look closely, he has amazing ridges on his eyebrow. I would have to touch and make sure it's not all bone in that area, but with a ridge like that, an eyebrow piercing sits in and they heal so good. And like I was saying in the last piercing, I'd tell you more about the ears. This guy has fantastic snugs. Not everyone has the opportunity to do a snug, and even looking from this profile, you can tell he would be a perfect candidate for it. I don't see him with a lot of the double piercings, but I see him with a lot of piercings. Now, this next person has a little darker complexion, and he has some scars I want to talk about. And I'm not saying accentuate the scars, but you can also balance. Now, as soon as we look at this guy, you're seeing the scar on his right cheek. And it looks like a pretty deep scar. One thing I would like to do is balance that out, possibly on the left eyebrow. It doesn't look like he has a lot of ridge there, but the skin does look soft enough where we could get it to heal. And with darker complexion like this, gold looks fantastic. I'm a huge fan of yellow gold. I don't necessarily see the rose gold on this gentleman, but yellow gold look fantastic. Also, I could see a labret piercing on this guy with the way his lips are shaped. It looks like it's a dark shadow, and just underneath that hair, a nice gold bead would look wonderful. Another way we could balance off that scar on his cheek would be a left Monroe. When you look at his mustache, you can see how it kind of scoops down a little bit and the hair doesn't grow as high. Just above that hairline, a Monroe piercing might look pretty cool on this guy. Now, it's not real traditional for guys to get it, but rules go out the door with piercings. Do what you want. Whatever you like is what you should get. And the last picture we're going to look at today is a very striking picture. She has some amazing features, so let's talk about it. When we look at her face, it is not perfectly symmetrical, but it's very well balanced. You can see high cheekbones, which means a dermal anchor up in the anti-eyebrow area would look really good. I definitely want to do a septum piercing on her. I like her nose, a tight, snug ring in there, or an elaborate gem cluster. Yeah, for sure. I like the center of her face, which means angel bites on her. I don't know if I see her with just one Monroe piercing, angel bites, or a center lip piercing of some sort. I could see her with an Ashley. Yeah, definitely an Ashley. Possibly a vertical labret. Possibly even a regular labret. Everything seems to be centered on her face, and I think that would accentuate it really, really nice. As far as the types of metals, I think she could get away with all types of gold, from rose gold, white gold, or yellow gold. And the way she wears her colors, some anodized titanium. This girl's lucky. She's got it all. She can get away with almost anything. So as you can see, everyone's face is a little bit different. It's a lot different. So every piercing won't work for every individual. You got to work with what you have. So if you're interested in having me take a look at your pictures and tell you what piercings would look best on you, there's only 3 things you need to do. First of all, leave me a comment in the comments below, letting me know you're interested. And number 2, I need you to send me 2 pictures of your face, one from the front and one from the side, to piercingwithscott@gmail.com. And 3, keep watching videos. You might be in one. Do me a favor, give me a like, subscribe, ring that bell. I'd say keep putting holes in your body, but ask me first. See you on the next video.